Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to the letter. Right now, basically we are beginning story from Luke's point of view. So, yeah, let's see where this is going. To say that I'm scared of what's happening is a gross understatement. Trouble of any sort is the last thing I want to get home to after a long day at work and a trip to the bar. And when I see Hannah near prostrate, I can only feel dread. She twitches and says body would end cold tight before shuddering and shaking. Wait, you want to tell me we are starting from here? Like a woman possessed, her mouth falls open and her eyes roll to the back of her head. It has the hallmark signs of a seizure. The symptoms are similar enough. And that knowledge, the fact that I know this, only makes me feel worse. So we are not there. We are earlier in the end. But to hold her close is all I can do when she thrashes about. I know this is wrong, that I'm not supposed to hold her down, yet I do it out of instinct, reflex even. I'm terrified of hurting her, but I see no other way to keep Hannah from hurting herself. It takes a lot to keep myself from running off to get help when she needs me here. And it takes everything I have to keep myself intact. When she says my name, I realize that the seizures have stopped, but that does make the dread go away.
Luke, please!
What happened here? Who did this to you?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
The sight of her tear-streaked face is enough to twist the knife in. It does not help that I'm as lost as she is right now. And all I can say is...
Shh, it's alright. You're safe now, Hannah. You're safe now.
Probably. I must have sat there in the kitchen, cradling Hannah in my arms for an eternity, until Shrook and the maid ran in, assuming the worst. She had been screaming enough to attract the attention of anyone on mentioned property. But that's all well and good in the end, I suppose, as they helped carry Hannah up to our bedroom. I doubt I could have managed on my own. I might have slipped on the stairs and cracked both our heads if I tried. Both Shroken and the maid does a short work of making her comfortable while I sit on the sidelines. I have no idea how long I remained there, just watching them and her. But at some point after Babe left us, the sun has set, leaving the room dark and silent. Nestled in all the pillows and blankets and on her sidefall, Hannah looks smaller than ever. She looks so weak and vulnerable that I can't help but worry. Not to mention the children. Think about the children. I wouldn't know how such an event could affect babies in the womb. Now seems like a good time to get drunk as any. No, now seems like the time you should not get drunk at all. You mustn't get drunk, damn it. But I just can't. Nice. I can't bring myself to leave her side just to intoxicate myself, not with what just happened. I might just drink myself to death if I so much as tried.
Please, stay with me, darling.
Stay with me!
Of course. Anything for you, sunshine.
There's no way I can leave her without feeling guilty. Besides, what sort of husband and father would I be if I don't care of her when she's sick? Not that I'm too confident about what I can do on my own. I'm not trained for this sort of thing. Even if I've experienced similar scenarios before, I might still have it all wrong. I've already called our personal physician along with the obstetrician who knew of her pregnancy for a house call in the morning. Right, I don't know what the second one is, but let's continue. We'll have to go on from there. I don't like to think about it, but I can still remember the doctor's instructions on how to take care of my mother while she was ill. Provide a safe space for her to rest. Check. Let her lie on her side so that she doesn't choke. Check. Loosen tight clothing to her. Let her breathe. Check. Keep calm and don't panic. Well, I'm having a bit of trouble with that one, aren't I?
Do you want any water? Something to nibble on, perhaps? I can call for something to be brought up. Soup would be good, right?
I'm fine, Luke. Don't you worry. I'm just a little sick, but I'll get better.
How about you tell the truth? Your pain look across her face, and, more than anything, I wish I can take away the pain she feels now. When she beckons me to come closer, to hold her in my arms, who am I to say no? Her body still quivers, tiny shakes that make my heart feel like it's going to stop and give every time they happen too much. I take care to give her room to breathe, no matter how much of an uncomfortable position it puts me in. Her scent is enough to bring me at ease. Golden flowers, marigolds, buttercups, daffodils. I'm not sure if she smells this way because I surround us with them when I can, or because she's wearing the perfume I gave her last Christmas.
There we go. Now, are we comfy?
She nods her head weakly, a smile barely making its way on her lips. I dare to fulfill any request she has, anything to make this easier for her, anything to make her happy. Well, Luke might be a bit rubbish, but in the end she cares for Hannah, so that's good. But when she next speaks, I can feel my breath catching my throat.
Sing me a lullaby.
What?
A lullaby? Of course. I can do that.
I would be in deep trouble because I know no words of those. Really, I know none. I mean, I don't really remember any of the songs. I know I never remember any of the songs. It's weird, but whatever. I know I've done so many things in my lifetime that would justify horrible end. But not Hannah. She doesn't deserve this. This is all far too horribly familiar. To find myself in bed, clutching reverently to an ill beloved, wishing it isn't real and hoping it doesn't get any worse. Worse. To find myself screaming at a god I've long abandoned and forgotten. Not her, not again. Take her and you will bloody rue. To have a lullaby shirt so that we can forget the pain left here.
Hush, my darling, don't say a word. I'm gonna catch you a mockingbird.
Is that really a lullaby? I have no clue. I can hear her briefly laugh, for she doesn't tell me to stop. If this abuses her, then that's fine. But her breathing soon evens itself out, a good thing too, and before I know it, she's fallen asleep. If only it would be as easy for me. I certainly don't envy her, but I don't particularly like how my mind runs right now. Buttered and frayed, clutching at straws and asking myself if I will really let myself fall apart in this moment. It's alarming how just the thought of losing her could break me, pregnant or not.
And if that mockingbird don't sing, I'm gonna get you a diamond ring.
I've already lost my mother, the only one I've truly loved in my life, and without knowing, then as a young man, that wounded a great part of me. I'm aware now of how scared I am, for lack of a better term. And if anything ever happens to Hannah, well, I know what I'd do after the fact. Would the loss drive me insane? Would I become mad and swear bloody vengeance on a world that deserves less than her? Would I end up drowning in sorrow and guilt, until I end up drinking one night and figuring a bullet is a good way to go? Or perish the thought, would I become like my father, one who had no further love for anything, not others, or even objects or self? The vainglorious mogul that worked for the sake of succeeding in the search of happiness that would never come.
And if that diamond ring turns brass, we're gonna go to fields of grass.
For long while, I was that man, wasn't I, pursuing gold and glory and nothing else. Bloody hell, I even started courting Hannah for the money her family had. She was a mark to be attained. But she was just so bright, and I don't mean intelligent, for she's certainly that too. No, she was bright, the mother that she could bring such sunshine to anyone's dreary life. I thought I would need to put on a mask with her, just like with all the others. But if anything else, she made it feel so constricting, suffocating, that I pulled off the mask on my own. I had wanted to be myself around her, just as she was so willfully showing her real self to those around her. It wasn't some sudden realization. There was no eureka moment. It just happened.
And in those fields where we roam, we'll take daffodils for our home.
We would meet up and talk about business, but then those would only last for so long after a few dozen dates. We ended up talking about other things, little things that didn't seem to matter so much, inconsequential things that one would end up forgetting in the grand scheme of things. Good food, good music, dogs, the film we just saw, movie, books we've read while we were apart, and places we want to go to. Things that weren't important suddenly are. It confused me so much, but I was happy. And at some point I told myself that this was the woman I wanted to spend my life with. Then I would forget that a lot. It was out of some misguided need to be my own person, to not be defined by anyone else. I refused to put her on a pedestal or to make her the center of my universe. Married or not, we were our own person at the end of the day. But I would forget to, at the very least, remember that she was there with me.
And if those daffodils die and wilt, we'll still have the home that we built.
She made better, but I was, still me to an extent, still the son of a bitch that has something to prove. I forget it again and again, no matter how hard I try. I'll spend extra hours at the office for something or another, to have farble stocks, to take care of debt, something. Sometimes I'll even bring work home if I haven't gone to drink and destroy my liver. I've loaned riches, some of which aren't even rightfully mine in the first place, and lord myself over everyone else because I fucking deserve it. Because that is how I prove myself. When I don't even have to prove myself to Hannah. Sometimes I wonder, had we met under different circumstances? Had I grown up a different way, would all of this be any better? Would we be any happier?
Good night, my sunshine.
Now there is a thought. Mommy, what happened? You were waking and shaking and you wouldn't stop it. I was shouting. I'm so sorry I shouted at you, Mommy.
Shh, don't cry. My little ball of sunshine's not supposed to cry, is he?
Alright, I think that's a new voice.
Don't you worry. Mummy is just a little sick, but she'll get better. I've got a new job now, and I can get medicine again, okay? And we'll buy some bread pudding, too, while we're at it.
Please don't do that again, Mommy. It's scary.
It's okay. I'm here. You've got nothing to fear. But you have to be brave, too, Lucille. Even when I'm not around. Be brave.
I choke back a scream and wake up in a cold sweat. With my heart pounding my ears, it takes a while to remember where I am. In the dark and cold of the room, one can fault me for feeling ill at ease. It isn't as bright as the penthouse, and the renovations did little to change how old it feels. We've been here for less than a week. I'll take a bit more time to adjust. It will take a bit more time to adjust. It's hard to feel cozy though when I'm bloody freezing. Nudging the lump of fabric next to me, I sigh.
It's cold. Don't hug the sheets, Hannah.
She always did this, for it hardly bothers me. Growing up, I was lucky to have something to use as a mattress. I'm not the one who grew up accustomed to Egyptian cotton with a thread count of 800. Besides, the warmth that Hannah exuded on her own is usually enough to keep me sleeping through the night. The temperature tonight must be something else with how chilly it is right now. Oh, don't tell me it's the first encounter of his now. Is it going to happen? I must be considerate. After all, the poor dear is ill. For I love to think about what had just transpired.
Don't make me pull those sheets off you. Oh, that blanket is large enough to cover an elephant. You need to share.
It takes a while.
What was that, honey? Apologies. I'm just in the loo, so if you can give me a moment.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's no sign that they will be moving where they lie. With care I go for a knife hidden under the side of my bed. It would be foolish of me to instigate anything while I'm unarmed at all. After all, pull back the covers would be a more difficult affair, because reaching out to cover who was underneath, I have to prepare for everything and assume the worst. If I so much as see the nose of a gun, there is going to be a murder tonight. I know they say not to bring a knife to gunfight, but I think I can sink a blade in his liver faster than he can point and aim. I see their eyes and follow the sheets, for it could easily be mistaken as the fault of the breeze. I hear their breathing. A great sense of foreboding comes over me, making me hesitate with my plan. I should just get Hannah and myself out of here, not look back and let security handle it. That's what they're here for. Or maybe I should just man up. There's no way I'm risking the chance that inaction will put Hannah in danger. But what's the worst that could happen, right? I have no reason to be afraid. There's no bogeyman under the bed, no monster in my closet. Even these things should be afraid of me. Right? I grab a fistful of sheets and throw them aside. Nothing. Nothing but a bunch of pillows stare back at me. Must be my imagination. I'd rather not think I'm going mad. It could very well be the stress getting to me. All this drama with Hannah. Yay! I've been doing well for all these years, all things considered. I guess I do have a breaking point. But still, the world goes on even if one cannot. And I must go along with it. I suppose a day off or two tomorrow wouldn't hurt. Rest aside from a few hours of sleep will be welcome, more than. But I can't shake off the unease. I dare say that I feel afraid, irrationally so, that something will come creeping and crawling from under the bed even as I lay back down and close my eyes. Yeah, it will happen, mate. It really will. 30 October. So we are pretty close to the main events. The odd dreams don't linger, thankfully. But with the morning comes another disturbance. Both too loud and too sharp for my tastes. And I have very fine tastes. When a piercing rings of adorable reaches even the bedroom, I am very much inclined to think the person who built this place lacks any sense of it. Perhaps the odd thing roots. This is that the Rakus has chased away the needing guilt from last night's commotion, if only temporarily. Still, it's a bloody annoying distraction. I can tell already that it is going to be a long day. It hasn't even started. Before the racket even lasts another minute, I'm picking myself off the bed and heading straight for the main door. There will be a murder today, if this doesn't let up. How quaint, it seems everything in this blasted universe is intent on getting in my nerves, as of late.
Gordon Bennett! Only a Nancy would knock at such an ungodly hour!
In the first place, I shouldn't be one doing this. This is why I hired a valet, for fuck's sake.
Where's that damn butler when I need him?
I'll be honest, if only for today. With dimension this quiet at this hour of the morning, it's easy to believe those little ghost stories might be real. But the only horror here is the news Hannah has brought forth yesterday and the idea of me being a father. Either the deafening silence or the biting chill spreading across every room in the place. My wife is pregnant, bloody bollocks. There's no place for fear when another set of problems already burns that fuel. So I wait for another second. When no butler still answers my call, I simply yank the doors open myself, perhaps with more force than needed. And maybe it should be appropriate there, considering the person on the other side and the hour he dared appear on my doorstep. Even someone with half brain knows not to disturb anyone this early. Brief confusion quickly gives way to anger, and before the bloody photographer can even get a word in, I'm hurling venom at him. It's less than he deserves already. Hannah will just approve scold me for treating the photographer with such respect if she hears me right now. She seems fond of him after all, despite meeting him only once or twice. He's merely doing his job, she'll say. But she's not here, isn't she? What she doesn't know.
You? How the hell did you get in here? What in 7 hells do you want? It's bloody 6 in the morning!
Listen, sir, I know this is not a good time.
Oh, it's not a good time! Did you even check the clock before coming here? I bet you didn't!
This is still my home. My rules also apply to this place as much as Hannah's do. As simple as that.
Unlike you, the ones living in this house need to sleep.
You just woke up as a also person I will never take a look to. No need for remorse.
Come back when people are actually awake, or I'll call security on you.
He continues shouting even as I slam the door in his face. Some nonsense about the news lately, if I don't understand most of it. However, with the closed doors mouthing the better part of it, and with no ears to listen, his tirade doesn't last long. Eventually he leaves and silence once again fills the room, as it should. In hindsight, maybe I should also call for psychiatric services. He certainly sounds mental just screaming like that. A suspicious man like him left roaming the immediate grounds. Nothing good can come of it. But if his presence will indeed bring a problem, a sign of bad things to come, I'll probably know soon enough. Worst comes to worst, sure can take care of it, if need be. It's what I'm paying him for. In the meantime, the bigger problem at hand. It's on a whim that I've chosen to cook. Sure, I have a lot of other things I could have done instead, but cooking distracts me, and I do find it relaxing on the occasion I step up to the task. On the tray, 2 plates of roti paired with spicy beans, boiled eggs, hash brown and bacon topped off with peppers, courgettes, and akis. I can't get back to sleep after my abrupt awakening earlier. Although I did think about drinking to get some 40 wings, I've changed my mind and remembered that my very pregnant wife is sick in bed. I love my alcohol, no doubt, but there are times when even I shouldn't drink. As this, I'm running on nothing but 2 cups of coffee. The surprise on Hannah's face is apparent the moment I step into our bedroom holding a breakfast tray. But it quickly changes to a look of delight as I place the tray on the bed.
Good morning. What's all this then? Oh, that does smell good.
I made breakfast. In hindsight, I probably should have prepared something a lot healthier for you.
Oh, don't you fuss. This is absolutely perfect. A little grease isn't going to kill me. Feels like forever since I last had your cooking.
I don't see what you're so enthusiastic for. I'm no master chef. I won't be too mad if you tell Johans to cook something else for you. That just means more for me, of course.
I can't wipe the grin off my face when Hannah takes a bite and looks like she's enjoying what I made. It would be a lie to say I'm not glad or proud that I could make her happy. For perhaps I haven't been able to do that as of late, but Hannah needs me now and that counts for something, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't think I can finish this all. But I should, shouldn't I? After all, I am eating for 3.
I feel a trouble pit in my stomach at the reminder. I tried to fill said pit with food anyway. But bloody hell, I don't think I'm ready to raise a child, let alone 2 of them. There's nothing else that can be done other than to steel myself for fatherhood.
Speaking of you 3, what did Dr. Hobbs say? How are you and the babies?
The physician took some of my blood. I'll go through some other tests tomorrow to make sure we're fine. I know how you hate hospitals, so I asked Johans to drive me there. That way you can have some alone time with Kylie too.
Admit it, you just want to leave me alone with a little tyke without any backup.
Don't be like that. You'll do fine, I'm sure. And she'll love spending the day with her fairy godfather.
Of course, I can just look at it like it's practice. I do want to be a good father, right? Not like my own, for I don't think any practice in being a parent would have helped him. He hadn't cared about the son he sired until he learned that he was ill and was not long for this world. And even when he did find me, he still cared little. I'm just worried about you. I'm just worried about the children. Oh, come on! That's such a low choice. How am I supposed to answer? I'm just worried about you. No, I'm just worried about the children. I'm worried about both, damn it! Come on! That's such a low choice, you know. I can't believe this. God damn it. What am I supposed to choose? God, no. I'm just worried about you. I definitely do not want to be like Damian Wright. I can't believe you gave me a choice like that. I'm just worried about you.
I'm just worried about you, Hana. You sure you don't want me to go with you to the hospital tomorrow?
Load. Yes. I'm just worried about the children.
I'm just worried about the children, Hana. I know you can take care of yourself just fine. You're one tough cookie.
Look at you, already becoming a great father. One day, when the kids are all grown up, I'll tell them the story of how their dad is being a great big worrywart. Just leave being pregnant to me, alright?
My hand moves to Hana's stomach, which has yet to grow too much beyond its usual size. There is some patch hidden well behind her dresses. I'm half expecting to feel something paraplegic. They always talk about how that sensation cements everything, proof of life that goes beyond a growing belly, but of course it's far too early for that.
Still can't believe it, you know. I didn't think it would ever happen. We're going to have kids.
Crazy, right? A shame. I certainly need grounding. It will help me get my head around what's going on.
How are you feeling about all of this?
You know, shaky hands. I don't know how I feel actually. Worry is the first thing to come to mind, and I don't think I'll ever stop feeling that. That's what brought this on, isn't it? And it would be awful of me to say that I'm not happy at the news, excited even. But that did not stop me from feeling the same fear I had from when Hana first told me of this. I was so afraid. Still am. I never gave thought into being a father until now. But I'm really afraid of that for them. Their safety, the world they find themselves born into. I'm afraid for them because of me, the bastard who will be their father. The only consolation that comes to mind is the fact that they will have someone like Hana as their mother. Like I told Miss Pink, I never want to spawn anything. For I truly did not mean to call a child, even an unborn one, an abomination. Of all the people in this room, I'm the one closest to being a monster after all.
I'm alright. You're good, so I don't see why I shouldn't be. I'm not the one carrying a pair of brats around in my belly, am I? Just think about it. 2 tiny humans are inside of you and you're going to swell up like a watermelon.
Through that.
If you can get through this, so can I.
I'm afraid, man! But the smile that Hana gives me is enough for me to believe that everything will be fine. We eat the rest of our meal in companionable silence, and if I shovel some food off my plate onto Hana's, she makes no comment on it.
Come on then, sunshine. Eat up. Can't have any of you starving on my watch now, can I?
I say it in a joking manner, but I am entirely serious about making sure they didn't starve in every sense of the word. I know it is an impossibility to be lucky when it comes to food, with how well off we are. But there are other things a person can be starved of. Affection, attention. I can probably think about a third word. It starts with the letter A, but I digress. Soon enough, our plates are clear and I put them away. There is no objection to it either, as a quiet yawn escapes her lips and her eyes start to drop. Indeed, the urge to sleep is high after getting a full meal and with an inviting bed. But sleep isn't what I want or need right now. I'm quiet as I can be when I make my exit, tray of food in one hand, which I'm quick to pass off to Johannes as soon as I see him.
Johannes, look after her. I just need to get out.
Stretch my legs, clear my mind, think. I don't think having screaming crying babies will give me much time for that once Hana gives birth.
Is everything alright? Should I be worried?
Everything is good. Really. Best I've ever felt in quite some time, I think.
Well, I think that's cause for concern. Shall I expect to find a corpse in need of cleanup?
I can only shake my head and grin. The deadpan delivery both amusing me and make me wonder if he's joking or not. It can easily be half and half. There has been an instance or two where that did happen. What? But I don't give him an answer. I let him keep guessing and step out for a breath of fresh air. Well, your breath of fresh air has to wait for the next episode because this one has come to an end. For now, hope everyone enjoyed and hope to see all of you tomorrow. Bye bye.